video. I'm Brittany. If you're new here, welcome, join us. If you've been watching before, welcome back. We are introducing a new series that I'm going to be putting in the title, as you've probably seen, the First Draft Diaries. That's what this video is about. That's what this whole series is. We're going to make them episodes, and each episode is going to follow the next step in the first draft. Hopefully, each episode is a new chapter. Mind you, each new chapter is a new day within the book. My story takes place over a 2-month time period, and so, each day is important, and so hopefully each chapter will follow along with that, and each episode as we film it. Okay, and so this is the second episode, but the first one I had no idea about. I was kind of working through this while I was filming that first episode, so we're talking about it here. We're going to be writing chapter 24. It should be taking us at least the next couple of days. You're going to hang out with me the whole time. Okay, it's 3 o'clock, and we are getting started on chapter 24. But before we even do that, before we get into brainstorming and figuring out where we left off in chapter 23 and where we're headed to, we need to know what's happening. And so let's go ahead and figure out the timeline. I need to figure out what day of the week it is, because I'm pretty sure I forgot. I need to figure out when they've worked to make that into the story, because like real life, we don't just get to take off every other day to go do something, even if it's a holiday. So therefore, I have to make sure we have that, and yeah, we'll go from there. Check back in once I've got more. This is my setup. My laptop, notebook, an energy drink, powder, all that, planner, kid toys, muffin little there, and this will be me for a bit. And here I'm just going ahead and updating my story beat sheet, because I like to have the days, like I have all the days, I just don't have like the day of the week. Like the day is fine, but I need a day of the week here, so therefore that is what we're doing here. Wednesday. Okay, welcome back. It's Friday, and I mean Friday, I mean as in yesterday. I started the video, I wrote a bit on camera, I did some planning of the timeline, I did some brainstorming, and then I showed nothing else. But I did make some headway. Last night I did start plotting a bit of the chapter, of chapter 24, and it's going very well. So I'm gonna get back into that. I hope the lighting here is good. I don't know if it is, but either way, I'm gonna get back into that. And hopefully by the end of the day, I have kind of like a solid portion of the chapter written. Is that too hopeful? I don't know. But like I'm really loving where the story's going. I'm really loving where the story's going, and it excites me. So that's what we're doing now. Okay, it's Saturday, March 14th. Yesterday was Friday the 13th, and I got some writing done. I didn't film it because, one, I was really writing on my phone, so therefore filming and writing, because I film on my phone, I can't keep up at the same time. But I did get words in, and I feel good about where we're going. Hopefully it's tonight, because I should have I'm planning myself a writing night, okay? The kids will be asleep, husband will be at work. Like, I'm having a writing night. So hopefully I should be able to, like, get some filming done, and as I write the chapter. But also I'm just in such a good place that it's like flowing right now, and like knock on wood, I don't want to jinx it, okay, but I am in a good place and I want to keep that momentum going. So what I'm doing is making sure that I'm staying in the story in my brain, because I feel like once I get out of the story in my own head, I'm out of it, and it's so hard for me to get back into it. So I'm staying in the story in my own brain. I'm just going ahead and throughout the day I'm like, oh well, what would Ren do? What would Ren be doing right now? And not that those thoughts and building out her world like that will be included in the story, but it does help form each day in her story. Knowing that, like, oh, I'm pouring coffee, like, how would Ren do it? What kind of coffee machine does Ren have? Because, mind you, she works at a cafe, bread bakery, whatever. She works at a bakery situation. And in my thought head, she's not using a regular Keurig at home. Like, she's gone to, like, pastry school. Let me look into that. What is the real word for whatever it is that they go to for when they're learning to be bakers? Because she did that. Okay, so she's done that, and she is a baker. She makes her own recipes. She has her own goal in mind for those things. So, like, she's not having maybe a drip coffee pot, but definitely not a Keurig. Definitely not an espresso. So a Keurig. Excuse me, that was horrible of me to say. But I feel like she has an espresso machine, like a Breville or something. So tying those little thoughts into the story as I go about my day and, like, how she would be living, I feel like that helps. Does that make sense? I feel like that helps anyway. So I want to get back into the story today, do some filming as I write it, and maybe I'm being ambitious when I say this, but I want to kind of create a mood board for what these next few chapters feel like for her internally. You know what I'm saying? Just like, what in Ren's world does that look like on a mood board? I feel like I need to get into the feeling a bit more, and once I have maybe like a visual of her world, something I can keep referencing, that might make it a little easier. No? I don't know. We'll see if I have time for that, but I think that'd be fun. So, fingers crossed, like, I stick to the plan. We don't follow the mood, we stick to the plan. So that's what we're doing today. Okay, so I didn't get any rating for the book done today, which is fine. I was able to, I've worked on a Substack that's going up tomorrow, so that's exciting. But let's pull up the document. We're gonna figure out where we're just gonna start writing today. I'm just gonna get into it, and I'm gonna write, and then we're gonna check back in and see what we end up with. This chapter is just plot. This chapter is gonna be a short one. It's not a long one. The one, chapter 23, was definitely a lot longer because it was like where a bulk of the action was happening. Chapter 23 was really the bad guy closing in scene. So now chapter 24, we're just kind of coming off of that. We're dealing with the fallout of that. And so the chapter shouldn't be so long. But let's see where we get. Because chapter 25 is going to be kind of a longer chapter as well. Just that there's some things happening in there. So this is kind of just a bridge in between the two, and hopefully I can build a steady foundation for this bridge between chapter 23 and chapter 25. That is the goal. So let's see what we can get done. For at least an hour, and I'm getting to a really good place. I'm getting to the point, so the chapter's gonna be split up into two parts of the day, and kind of like the middle of the day where they're at work, like that portion doesn't even matter. It's not relevant to the chapter. So therefore we have like the morning, whatever happens in the evening, which I haven't gotten there yet. I'm finishing up the morning portion of all of it, and then I feel like maybe I need to do some, I don't know, we'll just head straight into the second portion, see where that leads us. Or even if I can't get that done today, my brain is slowly beginning to turn into mush, and I don't want to think anymore. My brain is hurting. So I need a break. But I want to finish up this part, and then with a good stopping point, maybe I can go ahead and pick it up tomorrow. Or even just if I feel like once I'm laying down, I want to do some on my phone, I'll go ahead and do some of that. Because, like, we're at a good place. It's just knowing when to take the pause, so that way your brain doesn't completely just hit a wall, and then you mess something up because your brain isn't fully functioning, and you write nonsense. Because sometimes I find myself that I've written nonsense. So let's finish this up, and then we're gonna get going. that was actually perfect timing because I just finished up the last, I wrapped up that morning portion, okay? So now we're good there, and, what comes next? I guess it's just, okay, take a pause, you're going too fast. Right now, we finished up that morning portion, so therefore, break, page break, and then we're doing, not a whole new page, but like that space in between, and then whatever happens here, I'm just gonna write a note to myself here in the document, just like a little note. Okay, I don't know what's happening quite yet. Maybe that's a little bit of a brainstorming sesh that needs to happen in, my brain dump doc. It's really what it should be called. I have it titled like name of the book, which I figured out, but we're not talking about that. That's you guys don't know about that quite yet. No one does. It's titled the name of the book and potential name of the book, might I say, and then first draft notes. But really, it's like book brain dump. Okay. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna step away just for my brain's sake, and well, either way, if I start writing again or not, I'll check back in with you before the night ends. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. The weather is so nice today that the kids are playing out here, and so I figured I'd get some writing done. If you keep the kids in the back, I'm sorry. There's gonna be a lot of mom, 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 mom. But, it is what it is. I am currently brainstorming what happens in the second half of the chapter. I know I thought this would be a shorter chapter, but it seems like once I get to the second half, it's gonna be a bit longer. Hold on. Yep. Knocking on the glass. Okay, we're back outside. I just need a fresh air after just, mom life. Okay, thank you. Don't worry. I'm hitting kind of a stall. I'm not going to call it a wall, but I'm hitting a bit of a stall when it comes to the second half of the chapter, simply because I don't know where I wanted to pick up from. Like, in my brain, I think, like, oh, we pick it up from the beginning of the scene, like, how do we enter it? But sometimes scenes can be picked up in the middle of it, or already there, and like, you get what I'm saying? And I don't know what to do exactly about the already there part of the scene, or start it from the beginning. I have no clue at all. So we're just vibing. Like, in the words of my daughter, we're vibing. No, I really do need to figure out where I want the film to pick up from. But like, they're in the middle of an argument. Like, they've just had a fight. Not that they've had a fight, they just encountered something that has caused some tension between them, and somebody had to go to work, and then somebody had to deal with it, and like, where do we go from here is the question. So, we're dealing with that. We're just dealing with that. I don't know where to pick up from, but hopefully I can work that out soon. Like, what makes the most sense? Like, in the middle of a problem, I feel like I need to be reading. I don't want to do that, though. Dobby, stop. I just want to pull out the camera and let you know that I was cooking dinner right now, and I just had a really good idea for where to pick up in the chapter. And so, like, honestly, I've gotten a couple words in, and more than a couple, I've gotten some words in, and I'm really excited about it. Oh, there goes Dobby barking at somebody. But no, it's moving, and I'm so excited about it. Okay, let's get ready. Well, let me do dinner, but we're doing both at the same time. You want to see my setup? Writing here. Dinner here. few days later. I haven't picked you guys up in a while. It's been at least a good 3 days since I've written. And I really want to get to this chapter. I feel like nothing big has happened, but I just don't think nothing big's supposed to happen, because it is kind of the fallout from something big that did just happen. So I haven't really been doing all that great about writing it as far as documenting it, but it's going so far, and every time I do open the document there are some words coming out of me. So hopefully by the end of tonight, today's Saturday, March 21st, I want to have the chapter pretty wrapped up. Like, again, it doesn't need to be long. It's coming off of a long chapter, and it may be heading into another one. So I don't think it needs to be a long anything. I just need to get it done. And so hopefully tonight, by the end of tonight, we can get it done. Right now it is 5:35. I'm making dinner. Gonna do all the bedtime, mom things. Hold on. They're calling. And yeah, so hopefully I can get that done and maybe do a bit of writing now, but it'll probably all get done once everybody's asleep and in bed. But I wanted to go ahead and pick up the camera and make sure that I, touched base and was letting you know, like, what the plan is, because we need to wrap this up. This chapter did not need to take us. No, I'm being hard on myself. It took us about a week. And also, I can't say anything because chapter 23 took us months. So a week is nothing. So I gotta be, we're taking a week on this chapter, and that's a good thing. I'll pick you back up later when we're writing. It's been a few days since I picked up the camera, and it's really just because I've had no energy to do anything. I haven't had the energy to do anything other than the basics to survive. Ooh, I like your picture. Hold on, everyone's calling my name. Everybody was like calling my name, and then the neighbors were there, and then we're back. Anyway, I don't even know what I was saying. All I do know is that right now I'm working on putting up a Substack post for today. I think I was talking about having really low energy, and so I didn't have a chance to write the post that I wanted to get up today, but that's okay, because then we just have more time to do that another time. I did get up a quick post, and I'll go ahead and show that in a second once it's all up, but I wanted to get a post up, like if I'm dedicating myself to posting on Substack every Sunday and having that be kind of like the behind the curtain look of the book in, just a different form other than these videos, then I want to be consistent with it. And even not having the energy to do that, interrupted again. Yes. Okay, at this point, Dobby's got all the dogs barking around us, and it's starting to make my eye twitch. All I know is I'm getting the Substack posted, and then I'm going to go ahead and start writing chapter 24, which hopefully I can talk without all the extra noise around me. But chapter 24 needs to end quickly, because I realize as I'm writing it, it's getting longer than I wanted it to be, and the point isn't for the chapter to be long. It's kind of a buffer scene, maybe not a buffer, but it's kind of just like it's a bridge between the two chapters. Oh wow, that's such a tiny piece left. It's just a bridge between two chapters, and it doesn't need to be a big long one. It just needs to be a bridge. Okay, so I just need to get that done, and we should wrap up this video at some point pretty soon after that, because writing chapter 25 is going to take some brainstorming, and we need to sit down and do that together. But for right now, let's do the Substack. I think this is it. I think we can hit publish. Oh wait, the photo. Be back. Seriously though, please go read it. I went ahead and I did a post kind of adding just a snippet of a scene between Jesse and Bren, and I kind of love that scene. It's something I even forgot that I wrote until I went back a couple of days ago and I was reading it. I was like, oh wait, I wrote that. But it's really good. You guys should read it. Let me know what you think in the comments, and also leave a comment on my Substack. Let me know that you were taken there from here. Kids are fighting. Gotta go. Bye. Change of plans. We're hitting the road for today. We're just gonna go out, get some lunch, go get a sweet treat at a new place that we found, but I'm gonna have to take writing on the road with me, so I'm gonna be doing it on my phone. Hopefully I can get some screen grabs just so you can see that I'm actually doing it. I need you to hold me accountable, but the goal is to get the words down today. So wherever we're doing it, we're writing at least, right? Okay, I'll show you a couple clips while we're out. Right, Dobby? Yes. Oh. you can hear me, but they're over there getting the food, and I'm getting some good words in, so I thought I'd document while I was here.
What is that?
Cake.
We're back home now. I got a bit of writing done. I think we're at a really good place. We're nearing the end of the chapter. I just gotta figure out how to wrap it up without it being, just left hanging. Okay, someone's making crazy faces at me. Okay, well, I'm gonna figure out how to do that, and then hopefully we can get this chapter finished today. Let's hope so. Finally sitting down, I finally have some time to write. I cleaned the house top to bottom. Like, literally the only thing I didn't do was scrub the walls. And whatever. That's so not for here now. Anyway, so I'm going to do some writing. I'm going to get maybe the last bit of this chapter done. No promises, but hopefully I can figure out what is the right way to end this chapter. Because going into what chapter 25 is, I need it to be in a really good spot, like a tender spot. You know what I'm saying? It has to be the right amount of tender too. Anyways, we'll talk more about it hopefully when the chapter's done, but let's see where we're at now. It's a new day. Today is Monday, March 23rd, and I got writing done last night. I didn't film too much of it. Well, I did. I filmed it, didn't get to finish the chapter, but I'm gonna finish it today. Mark my words, I'm gonna finish it today. So, I've done all the things that I have to do today on my list. So now it's time to do all the other things I want to do. Right? So here's where we are. We are sitting here. See my setup? Kids are playing, I'm writing, and I'm hopefully going to finish this chapter. I really need to stop saying it, because at this point, I think maybe I'm jinxing myself. I don't know. We shall see. But, let's get into some writing. It's many days later. And it is many days later since I last picked up the camera. And I think I've been picking up the camera and just filming clips here or there, but it's just not working. And I'm trying to force something that it just isn't there right now. And that's okay. But so that was where it leads to right now. I am scrolling the Pinterest board for the novel and just trying to get vibe feels. Just a vibe check on what I'm feeling, where we're going, because I think something I'm focusing so hard on right now is that sometimes the characters feel a little flat. They don't feel fully fleshed out, and I know it's because I'm writing the story and I'm still uncovering what that looks like right now and what the story is in and of itself. And so it's hard for me to make these characters feel so real, mannerisms and quirks and personality when I'm literally telling myself the story. So I need to go easy on myself and just go right now. Focus on that this is the story, and in the next draft, the next pass through, it's about making them fully fleshed out. It's about the characters and plot holes, all those things, all the things that I'm missing about them that don't make sense. I think that is the thing that I need to be careful with. The skies are about to open up because I'm sitting outside just doing this, trying to get some peace and quiet while everyone's busy doing their own thing. So yeah, and something I really want to make sure is that I don't make them feel flat. I just feel like maybe I'm focusing too hard on that. So I'm going to put my foot off the brake and just focus on finishing the draft and letting myself telling myself the story, and then going back and, adding more color, more depth all of, you know, things that make it feel real, to it from there. So yeah, that's me. That's where we're at. Chapter 24, although I thought going in it'd be easy, just riding off the high of finishing chapter 23, but chapter 24 is kind of important. It's the bridge between two kind of pivotal moments, and it's supposed to be tender and soft, but also move the story along and progressing for the characters, and that's hard to do when, you know, it's when you're trying to keep it light. I don't really think that happens in a light moment. There has to be that heavy, and I was trying to avoid the heavy because the 2 chapters before and after are heavy, but there's no avoiding that. So I think this is just a heavy period of the book, and I have to be okay with that. So however long this takes me to write this chapter is how long I'm going to take. I'm not going to rush it. I'm going to slow down, and I think that's kind of what I'm embracing right now. I've really slowed down the last few days simply because of like my cycle, and it's generally more good than I thought it would. So we're going to try that with the book too. But I really am trying to figure out, you know, where the story is and how to just embrace it in the way that it needs to be told. Because sometimes I'm like, I want a short chapter. Because I do want this chapter to be short, but I don't think it's going to happen. And that's okay. So we'll see where we are in, you know, a bit. I should probably head inside. You want to see the skies? It was not like this a minute ago. Okay, I did it. I finished chapter 24. And mind you, it really was not really all that hard to finish. But not that it wasn't hard to finish, I just didn't know how to end it. And I think right now where I'm at, is it a perfect ending? No. Will it change in draft 2? Most likely. Definitely. But right now it's good where it's at. It does have a great kind of leeway into chapter 25. Just like where they're at is a good place. Chapter 25 is gonna end with them in a different place, okay? So, I want to say this vlog is done, but I know it's not because all I've really filmed is me attempting to write this chapter and not really getting it done. So, you know, let's just roll with it into chapter 25. It's a big one. And I'm a little nervous about writing it because I feel like so far I do have like a rough little sketch of it. Like a sketch, like a 0 draft of it basically. But like, this is a good starting point. I feel like, I don't know, we'll see where it takes us. But we are going to jump into chapter 25 and you're going to hang out with me, okay? As we write this. And as we get to chapter 25, I'm officially 10 chapters away from the ending of this draft. I am 10 chapters away, and I really want to get this done. This draft done. I would say May, but that feels so soon. But I do want to say June. Okay? We're aiming for a June finish, and we're going to see where that goes from there. Are you with me? Does that make any sense? I hope it does. But I'm excited. Let's write this chapter. We did it. Is that Cardinal? Hi. Okay, I think I unlocked a new favorite writing spot because, like, yes. It's so good. It's so comfy. It didn't rain yet, but I'm comfy. We're out front riding bikes, and I'm writing on my phone. This is how I'm getting my words in today. At least we're getting in. At least I'm writing them. Because otherwise, like, I can stay here and just scroll on my phone while the kids ride bikes, but otherwise, like, I'm really doing nothing useful. So I have Google Docs pulled up, and I'm writing. They're running around. We're having a good time. We're having a good time out here. Okay, keep going. It's live. My Substack for this week is posted. It's posted on Monday, not Sunday, but you know, it got posted. It's done, and you guys should check it out. I'm gonna pop up a picture here and put a link down in the description. Make sure you read it. Let me know in the comment if you did.
Oh, Bobby King.
still very much into chapter 25. Although I feel like the chapter is coming to an end. Let's see. There has to be like a connecting. I need to write like a connecting portion of this chapter that will lead me to. Hopefully you can hear me. That will lead me to get like the beginning part. Whatever. When I wrote it, I skipped around. I had the beginning of the chapter going, and then I had an idea that would come out later in the chapter, and now I have to close the gap and combine those two portions. And for some reason, those things are always really hard for me to do. So don't mind the way I look. Okay. Okay. It's Monday. We're outside. We did everything we needed to do today. So now lunch is being made, and I'm gonna get some writing in. Okay. I need to get this chapter done. I don't want to be working on it anymore. And it doesn't have to be perfect. We just need to get to the end of the scene, really, because that's where we're stuck at. This one scene that I've had in mind this whole time. We're working our way through it. It's just like the connecting problem. There's a connection problem that's happening here. Yeah, so let's see what I can do. I would like to get this chapter done by tomorrow. So today is April 13th. So hopefully by the 14th. If it could be done by tonight, that'd be even better. Like, if it could be done by tonight, I'll be thrilled. Because this vlog is going up Wednesday. Because we really don't have a choice but to finish this chapter, quite honestly. So, let's see what we get done. We're back. Can you believe we're back to our outside nights? I mean, you weren't here with me last summer when this was my norm, but you're gonna join me this summer, okay? Because I love riding out here. Kids go to bed. The first thing I want to do, I'm coming out here. It's late. The kids went to bed later, so therefore I'm out here at like 8:55. But hopefully, when the sun starts to stay out a little longer, I'll get like that last little bit of sun. Oh, I love it out here. Like hearing the bug zapper just kill them all. It all makes me so happy. I have a mosquito candle. What I'm hopefully planning on doing tonight is finishing out, and even roughly just closing out chapter 25. I want to be done with it. I want to move on. I really want to get into the end of the book, and so much has to change when I go into draft 2 that fine-tuning and spending so long in this chapter now feels kind of pointless. Like, I know what's going to happen, and looking for the right words and the right way to phrase it, the right way to connect the two. Some scenes in this chapter are just, it's not needed right now. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this out, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we do that tonight. Yes. Okay.